My name is Darren Kurt Roberts. I am the founding director of the Center for Sports Leadership and Innovation at the University of Texas. I met Eleanor Moore in 1997, and I was a young, wide-eyed high school student from Mount Pleasant, Texas, and had decided that I was going to Stanford, and that's where I'd always wanted to go to college. And I get a letter from Eleanor Moore saying that I had been invited to attend an interview weekend. And I flew down to Austin, and Eleanor Moore was the first person that I met. And she just welcomed me and hugged me and said, "We're so happy to have you. You're gonna have a wonderful 2 days in Austin. Welcome to Austin." And that was my first encounter with Eleanor. And I was really struck by just how genuinely nice she was. Over the course of the next 2.5 days, I decided that I was going to attend the University of Texas at Austin. I mean, in large part, it was due to the relationship that I forged with Eleanor on that very first trip to the University of Texas. So whenever I faced a very difficult decision in my life, I've reached out to Eleanor for advice and mentorship. And I remember when I was debating whether or not to go to the University of Texas Law School or to work on the Hill for Senator Joe Lieberman. It was 2001, and it was a tough decision for me. And I went to Eleanor and I said, "Hey, I need some advice." And I remember she listened and said, "Hey, this is a tough decision. Here's some things to think about, and I wish you well." And so that episode really reminds me of how great of a mentor Eleanor has been. So during Eleanor's time at the University of Texas, she was responsible for hundreds of students receiving the university's most prestigious scholarships. But throughout that process, she was also in a position to relay the news that a student had not received a scholarship. I remember meeting one of the young people that didn't receive the scholarship, who had still engendered this relationship with Eleanor, right? You don't find that someone takes the time to spend with a person who didn't necessarily get the award that they'd really hoped for, but in the process gained a mentor for life. And I think that really speaks to Eleanor's genuine concern and love for others. I think about her and I think about the patience that she would show to this kid from Mount Pleasant, Texas, who was on a campus that was 4 times the size of his hometown. And it's really special to think that, you know, a woman like Eleanor Moore would take the time to really mentor me in a very personal way. Eleanor, congratulations on receiving the WCA Mentor Award. During my time at UT, you were my mom away from mom. And some of my best memories are of sitting on your couch and hearing you give me the sound advice that enabled me to be a successful student at the University of Texas. So from the bottom of my heart, congratulations, and have a great time in Australia.